It is the 10th day of April 2026 and it's 19 hours GMT. Good evening and welcome to Denison News. We are live on Denison TV, on Facebook, and on all our affiliate stations across the country and around the globe on denisonnews.com. My name is Eric Dindobuo. Coming up this evening, UEW students are expressing displeasure over the rising cost of food in Winneba, and Winneba residents lament sleepless nights caused by excessive church noise. On the international front, US President Donald Trump is set to honor fallen heroes by completing the war against Iran. And also in sports, Bernardo Silva is reportedly set to part ways with Manchester City at the end of his contract. We'll bring you details of all this and more. Do stay with us.
I'm very happy. I'm going to interview a legend, the strongman, Zuzu Azuma Nelson, right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Akrobetu, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistake. Stop.
You did the right thing. Don't use inferior pen. Use the Lozi acrylic paint.
The luxury paint, MUP. Sounds convenient.
I said it 10 years ago, and I'm saying it again. Whether rain or shine,
The Lozi acrylic paint.
looks new.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. Not be any paint, be paint.
The Lozi acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Welcome back, and now the details. Some students of the University of Education Winneba are expressing displeasure about what they describe as discriminatory food pricing at the Winneba market, claiming that students are paying more than residents for the same goods. Meanwhile, traders at the Winneba market have denied engaging in such practices and condemned all forms of price discrimination. Here's a report by our Central Campus correspondent.
While food prices have generally risen in many towns across Ghana, in Winneba, some students of the University of Education Winneba are alleging that the burden of these increases appears to fall only on students. They are raising an alarm over what they describe as discriminatory pricing of food items at the Winneba market. The students claim that traders charge them higher prices compared to residents for the same goods, a situation they say is unfair and troubling. Obetai, a second-year student at the University of Education Winneba, shared his ordeal about the situation and called on market women to desist from such practices.
At times you go to market and then when you try getting something, let me just say a product, because you are a student, and then let me just say they usually sell the prices of goods, at a higher cost. But when it happens that maybe you are an indigent, like someone from this town where you can speak their language, at times they put prices down for you. Last time I experienced this in a sense that there was this girl I met. I wanted to buy how do you call it, fish, smoked fish, and she was like, it's 25 cedis. Then I asked, oh, can you just bring it down? Frankly speaking, the little girl told me that my mom said if you are a student there, I should sell it at 25, but if it is someone from this town there, it should be 15 cedis. So I'll just urge the market women, and then let me just say anybody who operates anything, in goods and in service over here should at least have that kind of concern when it comes to discharging their duties as to selling and then buying.
However, one of the traders at the Winneba market has firmly denied the allegations. She insists that prices are not determined by a customer's status, but rather by prevailing market conditions. She, however, condemned any form of price discrimination and advised students to do their shopping inside the main market, where local traders sell their goods at fair prices.
For me, it's not true. But I don't know if others are doing that. I would just advise my other colleagues, if only it's true they are doing that, they should just put a stop to it. That's it. So I wouldn't advise them to be doing that if only a person they should put a stop to that. And yeah, the papa was so because for me a student, it's a very bad thing to do. So they should just put a stop to that. I'll just advise them that they should come inside the market. We are here 24/7 every day. We are here for them. They should come inside the market and buy from us. If you have any issue with your goods or something like that, you can confront us so that next time when you come, we will know what to do about that. But if you go outside to go and buy the items over there and later we will be blamed for that, I don't think it's a good thing for them to be doing. So they should just come inside the market. We are here only, we get the items for cheap. There's no way we can sell it at higher prices, okay?
The issue has sparked mixed reactions within the community, with concerns growing over transparency and fairness in local trading. For Denison News, Prince Erickson, Winneba.
That was a report on the concern of UEW students about high food prices in Winneba. Away from that, residents of Winneba are raising concerns about persistent noise from churches in residential areas, describing the situation as noise pollution. Speaking to Denison News, a resident expressed frustration with the recurring disturbances and partly blamed landowners who lease land to religious leaders to establish churches in populated housing areas. He therefore calls on the Environmental Protection Agency and the Ifutu Municipal Assembly to enforce noise regulations and monitor religious activities in residential areas. Here's Ernest Kofi, a resident.
With the rising number or the increased number of churches in our area is becoming alarming, and it's not easy at all. The reason is that they produce a lot of noise around the neighborhood, especially at midnight when you are supposed to sleep. These churches will continue their activities, their prayers, their water fill, and a whole lot of things. And in fact, it's disturbing the neighborhood in terms of peace of mind and silence of the neighborhood. We are not having at all. Right now, I have more than 5 churches just around my neighborhood. I'll first of all blame the landlords for always releasing lands for people to build just in the midst of houses like that. Yes. So every landlord should know that where your plot is located is in the midst of houses. So if someone is coming to purchase the land for such a business or for such a purpose, you should advise the person that no, they're not, at least so far we have enough churches around. At least this is my small neighborhood, we're having more than 5 churches. I suggest the environmental agency at the municipal assembly to collaborate with landlords such that they get a laid down principle for all those who want to build churches to regulate the noise that they have been producing in the neighborhood. I think if there's that liaise between the municipal assembly and the landlords, it's going to solve this problem. Else, peace of mind to sleep, we are not going to have it again or anymore in this our neighborhood.
That was Ernest Kofi, a resident of Winneba, expressing his frustration about the noise produced by churches in his area. Let's have a quick commercial break. Do stay with us. We'll be back with more.
Mixy choco, Johnny Hot, Coco Womo, Johnny Hot, Mixy choco, Johnny Hot, in one neighbor,
sugar now for me than the cocoa. I want a nation. In your hot water, can't for Ghana for the oil double wajatu. Can I cocoa straight from Ghana? What makes in that hot water no ya? Mixy choco there, that one on Kyoga.
Yeah, man, Kuala, Johnny Hot, yeah, man, Penny, Johnny Hot, yeah, man, Kokra, Johnny Hot, Wasoka. Yeah, man, Kuala, Johnny Hot, yeah, man, Penny, Johnny Hot, yeah, man, Kokra, Johnny Hot, Wasoka.
Mixy choco, Johnny Hot.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Let's turn to the international front, where US President Donald Trump said the country must honor the 13 American warriors who laid down their lives in the war against Iran by completing the mission they started. In a televised speech in Washington, D.C., President Trump expressed his confidence in the U.S. military's ability to achieve its goal. He also highlighted that his administration has turned around the economy, making the U.S. economy the strongest in world history, even amidst war. Here's what he has to say on that.
Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, please, sir, please finish the job, every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East. Israel, the United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and under my leadership, we're #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world. And
you heard U.S. President Donald Trump speaking on his readiness to complete the war with Iran. And also in sport, Manchester City's assistant manager Pep Linders has confirmed that Bernardo Silva will leave the club when his contract expires at the end of the season. Silva arrived at the Etihad from Monaco in the summer of 2017 from a fee of £43 million. The midfielder has been instrumental to Guardiola's successful team, making 400 appearances for the club over 9 years. Linders, speaking to Sky Sports after City's 4-0 win over Liverpool, said the midfielder will be difficult to replace.
You never replace a player with the same kind of player because they don't exist. Bernardo Silva is unique. The way he controls games, the way he moves, the way he receives, the way he leads, the way he sees the solutions, all these things. So you never search for a replacement of one type of player. You search for what is needed to grow with the team and somebody who can fit in the first 11. And then you hope with our academy, with the young players we already bought, that they can make that step as well in the midfield positions. But if you see our young boys in the academy, then they have to make that step and to grow. Because, but the most important is that the seniors who stay for a long time, that they stay, that the core is there. And around that, you can move. But it will be hard because, how I said, in the game, when he's not playing, you will see how he's missed. And that's one game, imagine a season. So, but every good story comes to an end. Huh? And I hope he enjoys the last months, because only 6 weeks, and as a good farewell, and he deserves all that attention as well.
Since joining Man City at 22, the Portugal international has won 6 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups and 5 EFL Cups. He has also claimed the 2022-2023 Champions League title, then lifted the UEFA Super Cup and FIFA Club World Cup at the following year. And that's how we wrap up tonight's edition of Denison News. To recap our top stories. UEW students are raising concerns over the rising cost of food in Winneba. On the international front, US President Donald Trump is set to honor fallen heroes by completing the war against Iran. And in sport, Bernardo Silva is reportedly set to part ways with Manchester City at the end of his contract. That's all for now. Thank you for staying with us on Denison TV, Facebook, and our affiliate stations worldwide. For more news and updates, visit denisonnews.com. I am Eric Dindobuo. Have a blessed evening. Up next is Evening Buzz with PDK.